there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. I don't know about y'all, but the morning is my mortal enemy. Um, and so, for those of you who know me in real life, you know for a fact that I am all about Monster Energy drinks. So, it should come as no surprise to you that when a new Monster Energy drink comes out, yours truly is gonna try it. um, I often tell folks in my normal place of employ that if you like this charming personality, it is purely powered by caffeine. um, but with that, surprise, surprise, Monster has a new energy drink flavor. It is called Ultra Blue Hawaiian, and for those of you who live in the Mitten State, I have to admit I sort of laughed when I saw it being advertised. For those of you who don't follow football, the Detroit Lions had a wonderfully successful season this year, unlike my team that I cheer for, who will go unnamed. Um, but they had made it to the playoffs, and everybody was super excited for them, and then they lost. And then almost literally the next day, I went to the grocery store to get food and saw these new Ultra Blue Hawaiian drinks being advertised. And if you don't get the connection, what made me laugh about it is that the traditional color for the Detroit Lions is Honolulu blue. And I thought to myself, boy, Monster, did you pick the wrong time to start advertising a new flavor in this state? um, but I did a little research, as I often do, and this may come as a surprise to you. It probably doesn't come as to a surprise to you. Um, that uh, Blue Hawaiian has nothing to do with football. I know, I was shocked. Actually, there is a cocktail called the Blue Hawaii, which also should not come as a shock. It's got like vodka, rum, blue curacao, so that gives it that natural blue flavor, and pineapple juice. And it was actually invented in 1957. So, like, this is a recent sort of like flavor palette thing. If you're really kind of digging into the idea of Hawaiian cocktail culture, I don't want to say that there isn't one. I mean, there is one now, but a lot of what we think of when we think of Hawaii and that sort of thing is actually wrapped up in colonialism. Sorry, not sorry. Um, Although the cocktail was made in 1957, the name itself, Blue Hawaii, actually comes from a 1937 film with Bing Crosby called Waikiki Wedding. Um, and if you were to watch that film, I'm not making any aspersions on Bing Crosby or anything, but at the time, and in fact, I would say probably to this day now, Hawaii was viewed as a sort of playground for the rich, like a super ocean bound version of Vegas where what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And in fact, if we want to talk about the history of Hawaii, where in fact I was born, um, it did not become a state in the Union until 1959. Now, if you noticed, I told you that cocktail was made, not this, but the cocktail was made in 1957. So we have a long tenure of U.S. territory, I'm going to be perfectly frank, abuse here. So when we think of like the tiki bars and things like that, those are unnatural. That is not, I mean, there might be culture today, but it is acquired culture. It is not culture that was native. And so when we talk about things like this, we have to acknowledge that we are creating an artificial, like, idea of what we think the island is. Um, and again, keeping in mind that these were people's homes and this is people's cultures, and we have essentially commodified it in such a way to make a aggressively blue cocktail. Sorry to bring the room down. As you can see, before I have my caffeine, I'm a little more feisty and ready to fight. Um, but with that, all of this to say, just a point of reflection, when you think about how things get made and the cultural trappings around them, perhaps take a beat to think about like where it comes from and what it means. Um, But with that, and the reason I'm going to bring it up is because I'm about to show you guys the can, okay? Um, let's take a look at the can. I really love this blue color. But again, talking about cultural things, I want to point out the tiki, the hula girl. Is that a shrunken head? Like, that's not okay. That's not monster. This is not this is not okay. This is I don't know what this is. But I'm not cool with this. I will say if we're I hate to say colonialism aside, you have to admit it's a kind of neat design. It really, I think, is a beautiful shades of blue, and I think the artwork is great. But I have some feelings about this. But let me. Oh boy, do I have some feelings about this. Okay, whether you're in beast mode, vacay mode, or just chillin' island style, Ultra Blue Hawaiian will fire you up to be your best. Light, crisp, and super easy drinking with a tropical tiki twist. Sorry, that's a comma. Their font is not very good, sorry. With a tropical tiki twist, Blue Hawaiian is a killer combo of exotic Polynesian fruit flavors that are big on taste but with zero sugar. With a full load of our world famous Monster Energy blend, this Aloha energy will keep you going and the shakas flowing from Dawn Patrol to Last Call. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't have a lot more to say about this. Why don't we just get into the flavor, shall we? Well, it smells pineapple-y. Um, there is a there's another pineapple flavor that they had. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know if they've discontinued it. It was called Ultra Gold, and that was specifically a pineapple flavor. And as we've talked about on the channel, I love pineapple, so I was all about that life. Um, but it smells very pineapple-y, like pineapple juicy. So let's see if it actually holds up to the color. Ooh, that's very pretty. For those of you who know me in real life, you know for a fact that I don't drink Monster from a glass. I'm doing it for the channel. I'm doing it for y'all. Um, but let's take a look at that. How pretty is that? It's like it's a nice like I don't want to say sky blue. It's kind of cloudy, but like I like that color a lot. Um, oh yeah, yeah. The pineapple definitely comes through now. If it didn't come through before, it comes through now. All right, bottoms up. I really like that. I like that quite a bit. But all I taste really is pineapple. And don't get me wrong, because I love pineapple, I'm all about it. Well, and it's a little sour too. And I guess in a Blue Hawaii you have sour mix as well. So I guess that's close. It's the energy drink version of a cocktail. Um, I mean, I very much like it. I'm not sure. I don't really go out of my way to drink Blue Hawaii cocktails. So I suspect that somebody who really enjoyed those cocktails might find something lacking in that. For me, I just care about it as a vehicle for caffeine and as a vehicle for delicious flavor. And in both of those cases, for me, it has succeeded. It tastes great. But yes, it is pineapple, and I feel like there's a pineapple, a little bit of a tartness, sourness underneath, and I feel like there's like a third distinct flavor there that I can't quite land on. It's not coconut, and although my brain wants to go, it's blue raspberry. It's not blue raspberry either. It's a secret third flavor. um, I'm not quite sure what that is. Uh, sorry, folks. I guess my taster is a little on the fritz, I suppose. But what I will say is this: if you do like pineapple and you need caffeine, you can't go wrong with this. Um, it's very, very good. And who doesn't like to drink blue things? I mean, let's face it, I live a life where I'm like, if it's an unnatural color, I'm going to put it in my mouth. So, um, I would get this. I liked this a whole lot. Um, and yeah, I would highly recommend this flavor in particular. Um, just maybe don't drink it around any Lions fans for the next few months. All right? Next week, we are going to stick with the Monster energy drinks. There's a flavor that came out actually 4 months ago that I've been meaning to try, but with like in between all the other sodas and like me being sick and things, it's been kind of sitting in my fridge waiting for its moment. So next week we are trying Monster Energy Drink Vice Guava. I'm looking forward to it. Again, guava is a thing that I enjoy, and I'm hoping that it's as tasty as I hope. Um, until next time, drink weird and think about what a cocktail named by your state would be. I don't know what I think uh maybe an orange Tennessee cocktail would be, but I suspect it would probably be full of a lot of whiskey, and there's nothing wrong with that. See you next time.